stems from it's always work with airbrush. Why do I work with an airbrush? I love airbrushes. I love working with them. I like working with the tool that I can take apart and put it back together again. That stems from being in school as a kid. I first picked up an airbrush probably back in early 80s, and I just wanted to take it apart. I wanted to see exactly what makes it work. What can I do with it? From there, I used to spray cans. Used to do a lot of spray graffiti work. That was my love of the sprayed line. From there, it was just kind of keeping that going. Working in theater, working in film, prop building, prop making. Anywhere that I could constantly keep making marks on walls, I was happy. It took a while, I guess, before then I started getting commissioned for the techniques and the work that I would be doing, keeping up with. The work that here today in Canada, my first time in Canada, by the way, it's been amazing, stems from me wanting to paint like portraits, and I didn't want to paint people. It didn't take too long before I realized that I wanted to paint animals. As a kid, I loved animals, but I wanted to paint specific kind of animals. I wanted to paint animals that had something to say. They don't speak, so I'll do the speaking. So with that beauty of like sprayed line, so there's me coming across, and then picking the animals that are like endangered. So that's my subject, and then trying to find something in between. That for me was that's what makes that concept or that idea personal to me that I could project to other people. The style, the technique, something that I developed over about 10 years. But wanting to take the symmetrical aspect of what a face is. Everybody wants to be seen, and as an animal, they never really get that idea to express that. So for me, I'm like, okay, I want an animal that's looking at me. I want an animal that's telling something. I want to paint it so real and so big that it's larger than life, and it looks life. So yeah, there's a huge joy in painting that. The subject matter never gets old because they're animals, and I love them. My kids love them, and my kids look up to them in a way that I'm thinking like they're huge to them. They're huge. They're little kids. They're only little, like 4 and 6, and they've always seen them. And I'm thinking that you're looking at these the way I look at them. Like they're just bigger. They're larger than life to me, and I want to be able to portray them in a nice way. And so a lot of the idea of the animal portrait stems from that. There's an ongoing concept with the work where I do a lot of digital work. I take a lot of photographic imagery, either that I create or I can obtain, and then I'll take snippets of what I like and I create it digitally, give myself an image which obtains this direct eye contact, symmetry, the idea of symmetry being that's what beauty is supposedly based on. Eye contact in that the best way of communicating to somebody is through eye contact. And so that's a basic stem of the image. And then the love of airbrushing and all the styles and techniques just makes it joy to create. The flowers and all that have their own ideas, working with color mainly, and trying to explode the wall with color, and that stems from graffiti. Every painting in the flowers have a name based on a video game. Videos take me away. They create this world of escapism, and I can go somewhere with a video game. And so I bring these video games names into this floral painting. So the same idea again, like I want to recreate something that doesn't exist, and these flowers there's not so much rare and unique flowers around anymore, so I want to recreate some that will rebreathe a new idea. I call it this Newtopia. And so yeah, that all stems from this wanting to, show my own kind of appreciation to the natural world, try and enthuse other people to look more closely at what's around them, pay more attention, care more. So yeah, a lot of that stems from there. I can talk about I'm from Wales, so I'm surrounded by natural world as a kid, by valleys and mountains and hills and greenery, and so I have an appreciation for that natural landscape, and I want other people to have that same idea, whether they're a city kid or an outer city kid, old, young, no matter what. The work has a purpose for me, and that's what I hope other people take from it. So, but yeah, I think like one thing with working with the airbrush is the traditional airbrushing is not really done in this way that I work with it. A lot of it's really fast, really quick, applying a certain drawing and then coloring in the drawing afterwards. But the way I work is the same approach you would with paintbrushing. Traditional mediums. I paint with oil paint because it doesn't dry inside the cup. I can come back 3 days later on and that paint is still dry and I can still go on and spray. With a spray can, with acrylic paint through an airbrush, you've got to clean that thing out there and then and just keep going and keep going and keep applying new paint. With the oil paint, you're working with a substance that's a little bit more alive, and you can leave it for a while, come back and keep carrying on. I like Lego, and I really like Lego a lot. I don't want to go on too far about Lego, but anything else about Lego? No, I don't want to go about Lego. I got kids and they like Lego. It's fun. You build stuff, and I'm like, yeah, the same way with the paintings. Like that's building stuff. We build, we create, and when you're done, you show it, and people are impressed and they like it. Same with art, same with Lego. Maybe, I don't know. Did I tell you I like Star Wars? No? Yeah. This is my first time in Canada. Did I say that already? And it's great. This is the Couch Gallery. I'm having a great time. The people who run this gallery have been phenomenal and open, and I think they were hoping that Victoria treats it that way as well. Like comes in with an open mind, which every artist is hopeful for. And so we'll see. I hope it comes down well. It's been a great night so far, and it's halfway through, so it's nice.